So let me set up the IG. Are you on your iPad or are you on your phone?
I'm on the phone.
Okay. All right. So let me just start our live. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay. Hi everybody. Um Good afternoon. This is Devora is Dig Deep, and I'm here with Elijah Glass, and we are starting conversations with my cuties. And I wanted to start incorporating men because men are cute too.
Thank you.
And this concept came about because I wanted to stay connected during this time of captivity. I wanted to catch up. I want to see what you're working on, how you're coping with staying still, and things like that. So first, I want you to introduce yourself, um, and I want you to tell the people how we met, and then we will start with the other series of questions.
As Devora had stated, my name is Elisha Glass. I do tend to go by Glass, though. Uh,
Yes.
how we've met at tons of different shows. I don't even recall which one it was now. I just know it was a couple of
Right.
years, like what, 2017? So, yeah, it's about the first one. And then just every time I see you, it's just good vibes, good energy, dig deep.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. Yes, we all dig deep, baby. So tell the people who you are. What's what should they know about you first and foremost?
Well, got the name. I originally tell people I'm from the Sun. However, I was born in Michigan.
Okay.
It's out now. People know. Um,
Oh, you're
what?
a regular human being.
Yeah, some some days.
Yes.
Uh, uh, what I do, everything under the sun. So, most people who know me or have seen me, like, oh, I seen you on IG or I seen you at this show and you model and stuff. So, I do model, but I actually teach after school programs as well with a group called Citizen Schools, a nonprofit organization that goes into different inner city schools and runs extended learning programs.
Okay.
Other than that, what else do I do? There's multiple streams. So I'm a visual artist and fitness coach as well.
Right.
Certified. Let me clarify, certified, because a lot of people claim to be the fitness stuff, but they just do it. It's like, all right, where'd you learn it from? Oh, I
Right.
saw this IG, but
Yeah.
that's so what else? So how I have been keeping myself busy, you will see piles of work and paint
Right.
that I've been working on. So
Okay.
and I have the keyboard over here, and I'm still actually working from home. So
Okay.
I'm on video calls, emails, trying to set up online support for the students, but it's very difficult trying to get students to actually do work if they're not used to doing work at home.
Exactly. Because it's a totally different environment, and it's more relaxation at home, and just the routine of just chilling. So how do how are you, how is your school or your program keeping the students motivated? Is it going well or
I'm not completely sure on how well it's going, but I know
okay?
some of the initiatives that we took place. The school actually, other than what the DOE has been doing, the school is going around delivering laptops and iPads to all the students.
Okay.
And so I guess they'll be finishing that this week,
Okay.
connecting with all parents and students. Some have already started placing like modules online for them to learn from. However, keeping track of which students are on is easy because you can see who logs on,
Got
but
it.
getting hold of the ones who aren't on is the challenge.
Ah.
So
Ah.
they're trying to find ways to actually work with the parents again and
Right.
keep involved and keep them engaged,
Okay.
which some parents still have to work. So they are not home to enforce what the kids are doing.
Got it. Got it.
So yeah, it's just it's a mess. And to me, I don't see it
Wow.
completely well. Like they need to just chalk it up as a learning deficit
Right.
and wait and just wait until this dies down a little bit
Right.
more, and then we can start back up. Maybe do summer courses or something. Let the eighth graders, 12th graders, let all seniors just graduate if they have their credit
Right.
requirements,
Right.
and everyone else bring back earlier in the summer when it dies down.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Are they you now a specific date that the people, the staff and the students will return back to school, or this is something indefinite for right now?
As of right now, we are closed down until April 20th. Um,
Okay.
However, it is a 50-50 chance that we will either
Uh-huh.
go back into the school or just end until August.
Okay.
I know
Okay.
some schools already have made the decision that they're closing down for the school year, but
Right.
others are like, no, we want to bring them back, but it's like there's not really a point in bringing them back because they were supposed to be taking state standardized tests this week and next week, but
Got
you see
it.
what's going to be happening. So once they come back, it's literally just supposed to be like field trips and stuff like that.
All
But
right, for the senior classes, yeah, because they're getting ready to exit. That's
yeah,
very interesting. Very interesting. So it's good to get the perspective of an educator because it's like they're trying to catch up to
yeah,
something they didn't even know was going to happen. So I think it's easier for first, second, and third graders and things like that because those programs already exist. But for students with an actual opinion, and that probably aren't paying attention in school anyway, or vice versa, is really hard for the pupils that are really dedicated to get on track of that because they're used to the classroom setting, and
hmm
people who are slacking because they like, thank God we out.
right. And then
You
they
know,
like, my mom still got to work. I'm outside. Like,
thank God. They like, it's sunny outside. Okay, we going. Okay, so what do you think? Okay, so the remedy you think is just to pass the people who are doing well and have their credits and kind of chalk this up as a hiatus for the students who are, who can't be contacted.
yeah.
Okay. Do you think this will change the way the entire school system is ran?
I hope it does, because
In what way?
it's definitely opening our eyes. Like all of this distance learning stuff is
Mm-hmm.
something people could have been doing from jump.
Right.
Like if this would have been a system that was in schools and schools operated by from the beginning of time or since
Right.
school started, like
Right.
it would be a lot easier to have people transition into it.
Right.
But
You
seeing so
find
much
you find it
hard,
on a college level, the University of Phoenix and different colleges that have the platforms, and it works really well. The differences that I find when I study is that when you have the online, you have to do your coursework as well as your partnership work,
hmm
and that can get a little overwhelming for people that aren't used to doing it that way. But
and that's yeah.
especially grade school kids up to 12, they're still, it's just so much that goes into the care of them, you know
Right. That's another thing with it too. The students with IEPs aren't it's not mandated that they actually even take these courses. So like what's gonna happen to them? They're just gonna be left behind.
right, right. Very fucking, very interesting. Very interesting. So I mean, your daily routine, your daily course of your day, are you kind of are you standing still, or you're at schools, and how has this changed over the past week?
Um the bulk of my day, I would say I'm not necessarily standing still,
Right.
but I moving at a lower rate. I went to the school last week just to pick up a few extra things. I had to gather students' emails, and I'm still trying to get more students' emails to add
Right.
them to my sessions and stuff. But the responsiveness is very low. So for me, I send out mass emails, multiple emails throughout the day.
Right.
I update lesson plans just in case, or so when we do go back, that's already done. Um, then just a lot of communication with my campus directors and
Yeah. Yeah.
out to teachers who already have these Google Classrooms in play. But you
Right.
know, it's all about waiting on other people and the
Exactly.
other
Yes. It's
people,
it's like the lack of communication can hinder lots and lots of progress.
because a
I
lot of
totally
people
understand that.
For me, yes, in the school, this is an issue, but like more so, I'm thinking more of like what's gonna happen to those people who are told that they cannot work and they're not getting paid leave, but they're still told they have to pay for all these things such as rent and bills and utilities. Like, what's going to happen to all these people? Yes, the governor announced that they're not going to evict people for
Right.
this, but you still have to pay that money.
Yeah, I am very concerned about that. I mean, education is the last of most people's worries if you're not in a position to, be stable during this time.
Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, I'm kind of never stable. You know what I'm saying? My monthly invoices is, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, and it's I'm not particularly worried, but people are in need. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm like, how long is it gonna last? How are you gonna help these people? What if there's not enough? What if people start looting? What if people start really acting crazy? And all of that is gonna be out of their circumstance. And how
Right.
does the government allot those monthly stipends? Does it go by family size? Does it go by if somebody's working? Do you have to pay that back? Like, what if your Con Edison is going off? Do they shut you off? Do they keep you on for a period of time? All of those things are like little questions that every person has that is not getting answered.
Hmm. And yeah, I mean that's definitely major issues with that. As far as like some initiatives, I
Hmm.
have seen that some people are, like I said, withholding the payments,
Okay.
but then they're expecting these payments back. Like,
Exactly. Exactly. That's the hard part. I mean, do you think this will change people in the long run?
if it lasts longer than what's projected, yeah, most definitely, people will start to show
Hmm.
that
More
the
compassion. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
um, people will start to do exactly what needs to be done for their family. Like you can't close things down, tell people they can't work, tell them
Right.
you're not going to pay them, and then
Right.
tell them they still have to pay for
Hmm.
all these things.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Something's definitely gonna have to give in a major, major way.
Sorry, keep moving the phone around.
Yes. Get your comfort on. Okay, so I mean, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna cope with this huge transition after the education mayhem is done? After everything dies down, how do you stay sane, and how are you coping with it personally?
My quote personally is, I did have a moment where I was like, dang, I'm so bored, but I realized only boring people get bored, and I'm not a boring person, so I
Right.
find to do.
Oh, yep, yep, that's very true. You can't be sitting there like ho hum, you got.
Yeah. Out of everything going on, self care is my biggest thing. So like,
Right,
I wake up, I meditate, I run, I work out in my room, I paint, draw, whatever I need to do, and whatever I have been doing,
right,
just to continue to develop my creative process along
right,
as my fitness journey as well.
right.
And then hopefully, when everything dies down, if it doesn't die down, I'll have new material to start putting out and still go towards the
Yeah,
entrepreneurship route.
exactly.
But
Now you're gonna have to start sending your work out.
yeah, gotta find other ways to make income. I mean, luckily we are in a day and age where technology is accessible to most, and
Right.
you can utilize that to supplement some type of income.
Income. Yeah, yeah,
Uh, for I just fear for those who don't have the access to those resources.
yeah.
And for me, yeah, how do I cope? I got a piano, I got
You
paint,
do?
I got
You know,
food.
so you're also an all around artist. So your first love is painting, right?
Yes.
And your second love and third love would be
Okay, so first love within the arts, painting. Second love, I would definitely have to say was music. My mother always, like, we were always in choirs growing up. I did
right,
gospel choir, city choirs, church choirs. My mom thought I was either going to go to school for fine art,
Right.
music, culinary arts.
Okay.
Um,
Any kind of art you can think of.
uh,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then fitness sort of just came into play after that. But modeling, I see as a separate entity with that. That is something that, okay, I'm good at it, and
Right.
I know I want to be better at it. I
Right.
want to be the best I can be at it, which I feel like I could definitely step up to be known as one of the best. So I'm gonna keep pushing myself until I get there.
Okay.
Um, so that one came around, and I actually just loved the feeling. I love the confidence boosters that it gave. I love the self-esteem issues that it talks about. I love the self-worth that it tries to put into people, because I know how the industry has been changing over the years. Like, granted, I've only been in it a short period of time, but I've seen so much change in that short period of time. Like, when I was first coming in,
Right.
I was I was still skinny, but people was like, "Oh, your shoulders are broad. We don't like that." But
Mm.
then now in the past couple of years, people are like, "Oh, you got some broad shoulders. I like that." It's like
Yes.
it just depends
Your
on what
physique
people
is great.
like.
Yes.
Um,
I guess it's more inclusive now, back when we were
yeah,
up, it was like you had to be a stick figure or you weren't in the industry. Now, it's like without regular people, you can't survive. So you must conform and expand your image and your vision to meet those needs. So I know. I mean, so do you, so any particular modeling, no, it doesn't have to be fitness, it doesn't have to be runway, you're kind of just like open to all platforms.
oh yes, and I feel like as a model, you have to be. You
Right.
can definitely specialize in one area, but as a model, you should want to be marketable. You should want to be versatile. You
Right.
should want to expand your reach into every possible area. Of
Right.
course, know your lane, like they say.
You're
But
right,
then when
exactly.
people ask me, like, "Yo,
Yeah,
you know
but you
your
don't want to be
lane?" Like,
typecasted, the same shit
yeah,
over and over again.
yes. That's why when people be like, "Yo, stay in your lane," I'm like, "Yeah, my lane is all lanes. I'm
Right.
stepping into
First of all, don't be
every."
ignorant, sir. Okay. Because I'm larger than life. I mean, that's also like, even listening behind the scenes, you get different personalities of the people within the industry. Some people are, like me, boisterous and, fun and loud. And some people are more demure because they have an experience of having to fit that mold. So, I guess to each his own. Wow. Do you have any inspiring words to the people out there? To people that you love, people that's going through things or anything like that. Do you want to close out with anything in particular?
Oh, of course. To my loved ones, I love y'all. I think about y'all daily. I always pray for y'all. I may not call everyone every single day or every single week alone, but everyone is always on my mind. Um, to everyone else, I love y'all too.
He loves
Stay
all of us. He
positive,
loves all of us.
stay great, be amazing. Whatever it is that you do, just do something in that pertains to that every day, especially in this quarantine time. Work on yourself.
Yep.
Solitude is a good thing to have. I understand being alone is not something that most are familiar with and not something that most enjoy, but it is definitely a good thing to do or practice daily.
Yeah.
Um, Dive deep into yourself. Dive
Mm.
deep.
Deep,
Oh,
dig deep, baby.
dig
See?
deep. Dig deep.
A man
Dig
after
deep.
my own
Yes.
heart.
Yes.
Listen, that slogan started in 1997. Excuse me, not 1997, 2007. And people used to be like, "What the fuck is that? You trying to be slutty?" At first.
Uh,
And now that we are grown and we think about life and we've made so many histories throughout our lifetime, from the World Trade Center bombing, the Black President, this national disaster, just so much shit, fires, floods. Fucking, you have to dig deep into yourself to create, to be an artist. It just means so much to me. So I
yes.
appreciate I appreciate you. It's been a pleasure always working with you. Always been a person that I say I want to learn more about, I want to know more about, I want to collaborate with. So I appreciate you doing this for me, for us.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you for having me. I love to talk. We're gonna have to do this a little more often. I'll call in for you.
Yes,
How about
call in for me. This is just I think you're number nine that I've done so far since March 19th. And we'll catch up maybe in 3 to 4 days so
okay.
we can get back up and talk about how the education initiative has changed over the past couple of days. Has anything gotten better, worse? Maybe you have some additional tips or other things you want to share. Then on the creative side, maybe you can show your favorite piece right now. What's going to come out of this captivity time, and
Yeah.
what's next for us.
Yes, definitely. So,
Okay. Fuck. Have a great day. And I'll be harassing you later. Stay put. Let me stop the recording. Share it with you. And then once my day is done, I'll make your flyer, and then I'll send you your link so you can look at yourself via YouTube.
oh, thank you, thank you. That's blessed.
Hugs
Good.
and loves. Okay.
So,
Mwah.